안녕하세요. 팝송 가르쳐주는 남자 김표무의 팝송교실 김표무입니다. 오늘은 로보의 노래 가운데서 스토니 함께 해보겠습니다. 한번 전체 부르기 하고 부분 연습 이어가겠습니다. I know her since she was for kids. I recall silly things we did. She would want to ride up on my bed to keep from stepping on a crack. I didn't think of it back then, but even when she did not win, she was happy just to play. Stoney liked to live out every day. Stoney, happy all the time. Stoney, life is summertime. The joy you find in living every day. Stoney, how I love your simple way. The times that no one understood, seems that Stoney always would. We walked for hours in the sand. She would always try and hold my hand. Stoney, happy all the time. Stoney, life is summertime. The joy you find in living every day. Stoney, oh, I love your simple way. I don't recollect the time I fell in love with this old friend of mine. Oh, when I first saw in her eyes what she tried so not to hide. Stoney, happy all the time. Stoney, life is summertime. The joy you find in living every day. Stoney, oh, I love your simple way. Stoney, happy all the time. Stoney, life is summertime. The joy you find in living every day. Stoney, how I love your simple way. Stoney, happy all the time. Stoney, life is summertime. The joy you find in living every day. Stoney, how I love your simple way. 네, 스토니 함께 했습니다. 그러면 부분 연습 이어가겠습니다. 이 부분 연습을 잘해야 돼요, 이 곡은요. 네. 자, 우리나라에서 김세환 씨가 무뚝뚝한 사나이로 번안해서 부른 곡입니다. 밑에서부터 시작합니다. I know her since she was a kid. I know her since she was a kid. I've known her since she was a kid. I've known her since we both were kids. I've known her since we both were kids. I've known her since she 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 both were kids. I recall silly things we did. 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 She would want to ride upon my bed. 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 Ride upon my bed. Ride upon my bed. To keep from stepping on a grave. 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 I didn't think of it back then. 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 But even when she did not win, 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 she was happy just to play. 여기서는 한 박자 win. She was happy just to play. 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 Stoney liked to live out every day. 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 Stoney happy all the time. Stoney 다시 한번 happy all the time. Stoney happy all the time. Happy all the time. Happy all the time. Happy all the time. Stoney life is summertime. Stoney life is summertime. Life is summertime. Life is summertime. Stoney. Life is summertime. Life is summertime. 넘어가 버렸네요. The joy 아래쪽입니다. Life is summertime. The joy you find in living every day. The joy you find in living every day. Life is summertime. The joy you find in living every day. The joy you find in living every day. Living every day. The joy you find in living every day. Stoney, how I love your simple way. Stoney, how I love your simple way. Stoney, how I love your simple ways. Stoney, how I love your simple ways. Stoney, how I love your simple ways. The times that no one understood. 들어갈 때 항상 The times that 하나, the times that 하나, the times that 하나, the times that way. The times when no one understood. The times when no one understood. times when no one understood, the 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 times when no one understood. Seems that Stoney always do. 하나. Seems that Stoney always do. Seems that Stoney always do. Seems that Stoney always would. 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 We walk for hours in the sand. We walk for hours in the sand. We'd 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 walk for hours in the sand. 그다음에 She would always try and hold my hand. 여기서는 쉼표가 없습니다. Sand. She would always try and hold my hand. Sand. She would always try and hold my hand. She would always try and hold my hand. 연결해서요. We walk for hours in the sand. She would always try and hold my hand. We walk for hours in the sand. She would always try and hold my hand. 그 다음에 후렴이죠. Stoney, happy all the time. Stoney, life is summertime. The joy you find in living every day. Stoney, how I love your simple way. 네, 후렴은 그렇게 하고 넘어가겠습니다. 간주 나온 다음에 2절입니다. Now I don't recollect the time. Now I don't recall. I don't recall. Now I don't recollect the time. 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 I fell in love with this old friend of mine. I fell in love with this old friend of mine. I fell in love, I fell in love, I fell in love with this old friend of mine, 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 with this old friend of mine. I fell in love with this old friend of mine. I fell in love with this old friend of mine. 연결해서 Now I don't recollect the time. I fell in love with this old friend of mine. 한 번 더요. Now I don't recollect the time. I fell in love with this old friend of mine. 좀 어려운 부분입니다. Mine. Oh, when I first saw in her eyes. 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 Why she tries so not to hide? Why she tries so not to hide? Why she tries so not to hide? 연결해서 Oh, when I first saw in her eyes. Why she tries so not to hide? 그 다음에 Stoney. Stoney, happy happy all the time. Stoney, life is summertime. The joy you find in living every day. Stoney, oh, I love your simple way. Stoney, happy all the time. Stoney, life is summertime. The joy you find in living every day. Stoney, oh, I love your simple way. 또 반복입니다. Stoney, happy all the time. Stoney, life is summertime. The joy you find in living every day. Stoney, oh, I love you simple way. 네, 그러면은 다시 한번 이번에는 조금 높여서 C 키 정도로 한번 불러보겠습니다. I know her since we both were kids. I recall silly things we did. She would want to ride upon my back to keep from stepping on a crack. I didn't think of it back then, but even when she did not win, she was happy just to play. Stoney liked to live out every day. Stoney, happy all the time. Stoney, life is summertime. The joy you find in living every day. Stoney, oh, I love your simple ways. The times when no one understood, seems that Stoney always would. We walked for hours in the sand. She would always try and hold my hand. Stoney, happy all the time. Stoney, life is summertime. The joy you find in living every day. Stoney, how I love your simple ways. I don't recollect the time I fell in love with this old friend of mine. Oh, when I first saw in her eyes, why she tried so not to hide. Stoney, happy all the time. Stoney, life is summertime. The joy you find in living every day. Stoney, how I love your simple ways. Stoney, happy all the time. Stoney, life is summertime. The joy you find in living every day. Stoney, how I love your simple ways. Stoney, happy all the time. Stoney, life is summertime. The joy you find in living every day. Stoney, 네, 로보의 노래 스토니 김세환이 불렀던 무뚝뚝한 사나이 해봤습니다. 부분 연습을 잘 하셔야 이 곡은 잘 할 수가 있습니다. 특히 한 박자 쉬고 들어가는 곡, 반에 반 박자 쉬고 들어가는 부분, 그 다음에 안 쉬고 들어가는 부분, 이런 부분이 있어서 세밀한 연습이 필요하니까 여러분 부분 연습 잘해서 한번 많이 또 알려진 노래라서 이 곡을 부르시면 아마 주변에 호응도 좋을 것 같습니다. 연습 잘 해보시고요. 팝송 가르쳐주는 남자 김표무의 팝송교실이었습니다. 감사합니다. 좋은 하루 되세요.